Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. In today's video, I am doing a cost of living coming into 2024. I like doing these videos every year because things change. The biggest factor obviously is housing in regards to costs. So I'm going to really break down what the costs for you are going to be in regards to housing, whether it's renting or purchasing a home, and maybe some things to think about in the future moving into 2024 or to the end of 2024 that hopefully will give you some insight of what to think about in making sure that this is the right area for you. Temecula is a beautiful city in Southern California. I think it is all in all the best, if not one of the best, if not the best city. And when you factor in everything with costs and things to do and safety, I talk about all of this on the channel regularly. But if you are thinking of moving or relocating to Southern California, strongly suggest that you look into Temecula. So yeah, enough of that. Let's get into the video. In regards to rentals, I'm going to talk about both Temecula and Murrieta. And the reason I'm doing that is they're relatively the same. Even though Murrieta, in regards to home prices when purchasing, is about 12 to 13% less. When it comes to rentals, they're going to be about the same. So if you like Temecula and you're thinking of renting, just go with Temecula. You're not going to have that much of a difference. In regards to cost of a rental, we're getting up to the point where a 2-bedroom is going to be $2,500, $2,600 per month. In regards to an actual single family residence, anything over 2,500 square feet is going to be above that $3,000 mark or right in that range. You might find a couple at $2,900 or $2,850, but if I was to be conservative and you plan on coming here to rent something, I would say $3,200 is going to be where you're going to be at and be able to find something that works for you. Okay guys, so when it comes to purchasing property, I'm not going to talk about Murrieta, but again, I want you to realize that anything that you find in Temecula for the same square footage on average is going to be around 10 to 12% less in Murrieta. So now into Temecula. What is the average home price in Temecula? It's probably going to be around that $750,000 range. For your knowledge, you're probably going to be, most likely, going to have an HOA in Temecula of around $70 to $100. Also, put the tax rate in at around 1.4%, and that will give you a very good idea of what your payment is going to be a month. Also, depending on where you decide to move in Temecula, there are a lot of places that might feel more rural, and you have to factor in maybe an extra $1,000 a year for fire insurance. That's becoming real. It's becoming not an issue, but it is going to be an added expense depending on what area of Temecula you're going to buy in. Okay, so the first thing is utilities. I'm going to go with a 2,300 square foot home. Let's just say the average house. In the summer, your AC bill is going to be $400 to $500, especially if you have a pool. If you have solar, obviously that is going to come down substantially. And the benefit of Temecula in this surrounding area, over the past 10 years, solar has been installed on, I would say, 15 to 20% of homes. In regards to the winter, I would have said that, hey, in regards to gas prices or natural gas, you're going to spend around $70 to $80 a month, which isn't too bad in regards to utilities. But last year they raised it like 200%, 300% in a matter of months. So I don't know what's going to happen this year. You could get to the winter months and our gas bills are $300 a month again, but I don't know. When it comes to trash and water, you're probably going to be around that $140, $130 a month on average for those. So that takes care of all the utilities. Internet around here is going to be around $75 a month, depending on your streaming services. YouTube, TV, $75, and then you have Netflix, this, that. Theoretically, could you get up to $250 a month for utility? Yes. But let's just say, let's give it $115 to $120 a month for internet and TV. Food prices in regards to right here in Temecula, in my opinion, they're not going to be much different than other places in America. Everybody's seen inflation go up on food prices. I do think that some of the benefit that we have here in Temecula, we have a lot of farmers markets, we have Mexico, we produce a lot of fruits and vegetables and produce. So I'm not saying that it is cheaper, but probably for certain items in the Temecula area, it's going to be a lot less expensive in regards to produce than other parts of the country. In regards to overall food costs, I would say per person, it's going to be around $300 to $350 per month if you're very conservative. If you like going to Costco and if you like having specific things, that could rise up to about $500 a month. And that is not including restaurants. Okay, so next up is your car. The only variable really that's going to change from here in Southern California to many other places in the United States are gas prices. Gas prices are, $5 a gallon. So be aware that if you're coming from a state, you might double your gas usage in regards to how much you're paying, not gas usage, but the gas cost. So just keep that in mind where you're working, how long you're going to be driving every day, because that can really, really add up quickly. In regards to car insurance, we use Mercury Insurance here in Southern California. We find that has given us the best deal, the best cost for car insurance, but you can look into that yourself. A lot of times bundling your home, auto, everything together, that's the better way to go. Okay, next, entertainment. You can't step foot out of your house, it seems, in Southern California and not spend $60 or $70. It's just how it goes. So you go to a restaurant, you have a drink and something to eat, you really have to work very, very hard to keep your bill under $60 for two people. So just that's a heads up. I would say if you're going to do, in regards to entertainment, you like going out once or twice a week, my suggestion would be go out one night and get a membership at a winery. The membership at the winery is going to be $30 a month, $35 a month. But with that, you get 8 tastings. You can go there, hang out, spend a Sunday, and you don't have to spend that $70, $80 that you will really anywhere else you go to in Temecula if it's a bar or a restaurant. Okay, just another point in regards to entertainment or going out to restaurants, look for happy hours. They're usually around 3 to 7 in Temecula during the week. The best happy hour, in my opinion, is Yard House. You can go in there, have a couple appetizers and a couple drinks for about $50 to $60. So that's just one restaurant. A lot of restaurants have happy hours, but that will definitely cut back a little bit on your costs. Okay, moving on to entertainment. There's a lot of hiking and biking trails. Those are all free. So if that is something of interest to you, one of the reasons people move to Southern California, and always will, is Temecula has some great weather. You're obviously not going to be able to hike too much for the 3 months in the summer that it's really, really hot. But I would say there's a solid 6 to 8 months a year where you can hike till your heart's content. So that is definitely something that's free that Temecula offers that will not cost you money. If you're a golfer, golf now and do it during the week. I know that's not feasible for everybody because they have to work during the week, but you can routinely find twilight, let's just say 2 to 4 o'clock on Golf Now, for 2 or 3 or 4 golf courses in Temecula where you're going to spend anywhere from $40 to $50 per round. It really has gone up in regards to pricing over the last 2 or 3 years, just like everything else. And there seems to be 100 more golfers on the course now than there ever was. Okay, so next up, health insurance. And this is all going to depend on, from what I understand, how much you make. So Covered California takes your income and they either subsidize you or they don't. So that is something that you're going to have to call about and figure out for yourself. The only advice that I could give you on this is we've had both PPOs and HMOs in Southern California. Personally, I would 100% go with the HMO. It's so nice not having to deal with your regular doctor because depending on who it is, you're never going to see them anyway. You just see the physician's assistant and it takes a week and a half to get in, and then you have to get a referral back, and then you have to pay your copay. So the extra money that you're going to spend, which I think it is, I think it's a little more for an HMO, just for the convenience, if it works for you, I would personally do it that way. Okay, cell phones are probably very similar throughout the United States, but for our 2 phones, we're with T-Mobile, and we spend around $160 a month with autopay. One of the reasons we picked T-Mobile is because we do travel a lot and you can pretty much go to most countries and not have to pay that extra fee for calling or texting. In Temecula, there are spots where it seems T-Mobile doesn't work, and Verizon does work. So if you're somebody that needs or wants service, you're going to have to do some research on that, and make sure your phone, when you're going to see a home, if you like that neighborhood, that it works if you don't want to switch your company. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Just in conclusion, the total price for a family of 4, let's just say your house payment is $3,000 a month, you're probably going to spend $7,000 to $9,000 a month. That would be my guess. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody because everybody has different tastes, what they want to do, what they expect, how they live their life. But you could probably even get away with, you know, $6,500, $7,000 on the low end if you really, really budget your money. This Southern California overall is not a place that is inexpensive, but for what you're getting in Temecula, it's probably the most inexpensive, beautiful area in Southern California, if not in the top 5. So if you have any further questions, please reach out. I'd be glad to talk to you about anything in regards to this area. Even if you want to come on a trip, can help you plan that out. Until next time, from Exploring Temecula, thank you very much.